Hi, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors, and today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite stocks that I don't own, and that is Zillow. I actually have done 28 videos on Zillow since I've been in this. The first one I was actually in August the 7th of 2018. And I got involved in Zillow and talking about it because I am a real estate agent and I was a listing agent, and Zillow's business was bringing me buyers, and that is they created the disruption of the real estate industry. They actually took the MLS listings that are all over the United States and digitized them and created a website called Zillow, where I, as an agent, when I listed a house, I took all the data down on the house. I took 50 pictures of it. I sent it to my MLS, and my MLS sold it to Zillow, and Zillow then created the MLS listings of the day under the Zillow website. And it was said that Zillow basically had 90% all the first showings of all the houses in the United States, because everybody, and what was the number I saw, 22 million people, monthly users, using Zillow in this day's world. 221 monthly users of Zillow. So it owns that space, but I think they made a mistake. I think they got into the home flipping business, and where they don't belong. And I want to go into that and explain to you why I think Cathie Woods needs to liquidate her 9 million shares of Zillow in her 3 different portfolios. So let's talk about that. Why I don't think it's a good investment at this price, and why I think they need to make some changes in how they go forward, and what I think is going to happen to the real estate industry. So stay with me. Let me disclaim that I'm not a financial advisor and that you need to do your own due diligence. And we'll talk more about Zillow on the other side of this.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Grinkmeyer.
Okay, Zillow got into the business of what they now call premier agents, and that is, as a listing agent, I look for buyers to come see the house and buy it. Well, for the most part, in the real estate business, you're either a listing agent or you're a buyer's agent. If I'm an out-of-state or out-of-city buyer and I'm coming to Birmingham and I want to buy a house, probably the first thing I'm going to do is go to Zillow, put in the zip code of the neighborhood I want to live in, the number of bedrooms I want, the price range I want to be in, and Zillow will present me those homes. Alongside of that presentation, you're going to see 3 faces. And those are 3 agents who would be happy to represent you as your buyer's agent in that house. Most likely, it is not the listing agent. The listing agent's name and picture will be there somewhere, but that's not who Zillow is going to direct you to, not the listing agent. They're going to direct you to one of their agents. How did they get their picture there? They paid for it. And I looked into this in 2015, I believe it was, and for me to be represented in my primary zip code would have cost me $4,700 a month to periodically appear adjacent to homes in my zip code that people were looking at, in hopes that they'd click and say, let's put me in touch with Kerry to tell me more about this house. That's how they worked. So what has changed, though, to Zillow's benefits, the demand for this became so great that they turned it into a bidding war. So now, if I want that zip code, I got to bid for it. And it won't go for $4,700. It's probably up to $5,700. So as that goes, Zillow didn't change their product. They merely increased their margins. So their premier agent was a gold mine. It was literally a gold mine. And it was being run by Spencer Roscoff, and Richard Barton was the primary shareholder, and they had come together through Expedia. Spencer, at 24 years old, created a website called Hotwire, which was bought by Expedia, which was owned by Richard. And then they sold that in, I believe it was 2017, for some like $645 million. Sat down for a while and said, what industry can we disrupt today? And they decided on the real estate industry, and that's where we are today with Zillow. Well, back in 2019, Richard raised his hand and said, I'm the major shareholder, Spencer. I want you to step off the platform as CEO, and I want to come in. Spencer had built this business on the premier agent business. Richard wanted to get into the house flipping business, and that was the creation of Zillow Offers. And how that basically works is, let's just say that you are a baby boomer who lives in a $400,000 house, and you don't want to mess around with real estate agents. You just want somebody to come in and buy your house and give you the money, and you can walk. Well, that's what Zillow Offers did. And they basically said, you come, and we'll come and send someone to your house, give you an estimate, and buy your house from you. We'll write you a check, you walk, you're done. Then what Zillow would do through Offers is come in and paint the walls, paint the cabinets, maybe upgrade the kitchen and the bathroom, put the house on the market and sell it. And that's where Richard Barton wanted to take Zillow. Well, the fact is they weren't making any money at it. And they knew that as they got better and they got understood the market better, that they would. Well, then coronavirus came around, and they were sitting with a large inventory of homes. Real estate agents weren't working, houses weren't selling, and they took a beating in 2020. Lost somewhere in the neighborhood of $98 million off of that. And we're sitting with an inventory of homes that they had to pay taxes on, had to keep the water running, the electricity and the heat on, and it brought them to their knees. They came back then in 2021 as the market picked up, and as the cost of new homes went up, as lumber prices went up, copper prices went up, PVC went up, the prices on used homes went up as well. So in first quarter of 2021, rather than losing $98 million, they only lost $58 million in that business. Okay, so what's going to change that's going to make that better? It's a fluctuating market. Now they go out and they buy homes in 2021 as prices are high. Well, as we get into 2022, lumber prices are going to come down, PVC prices, copper prices are going to come down, and Zillow's going to be sitting with houses they bought in 2021 at the height of price, and their losses will go up again. That's how I read it. What they did was get into a non-digitalized business. They were geniuses that they took their experience from Expedia, where they disrupted the travel industry, and brought that experience over and disrupted the real estate industry. And then they made a critical mistake. They decided they were going to get into the home repair business, the flipping business, which is very localized. You've got to deal with subcontractors in Birmingham and Paducah and Philadelphia, and you can't control them. And right now, and I'm speaking from experience, I can't get them to show up. I can't get them to show up to put in the kitchen cabinets because they can make more money sitting at home collecting unemployment than they can coming working for me putting in kitchen cabinets. So I can't control them. And if I can't control it, it's going to cost me money because I can't get the house sold and I can't get my money out of it. And I'm still paying for the insurance. I'm still paying for the interest on the loan. I'm losing money. That's where Zillow's at right now. And they need to get out of that business. And Cathie Woods needs to get out of Zillow until they wise up. Okay? Now, she made a lot of money if she bought it on March 24th of 2020 when the price went from $65 a share to $25 a share. And since then, it went to $200 a share. And now it's come down to about $170 a share. But the music isn't going to get any better as long as they stay in this home flipping business. Now, what business should they be in? Richard Barton said it correctly when I did a video called The Future of the Real Estate Agent on September 24th of 2020, when Richard said, we're going to turn the home buying process into a 3-click process. Now, what he was saying there was, you're not going to have a buyer's agent. You're going to contract with us that we will show you the home, but we will send you an Uber driver and meet you at the airport. He will take you to the homes you want to see. On your phone, you will merely access the home. You will go through and like the home. If you have any questions, you'll text us. We'll answer the question, probably from a robot. And then if you like the home, you'll sit down to the kitchen table. On the kitchen table will be a laptop computer. You'll access it with your phone. You'll make an offer on the house. We'll either accept it or reject it, and we'll negotiate. And then we'll set up the closing because we'll own the closing attorney. We'll own the title company. We'll own the mortgage company, and click, click, click. You bought the house. That's where Richard was going. Then he got sidelined into this flipping of homes where he has no control. But if he stayed on the path he was in, he would take you to the closing table and he would say something like, hey, do you need any homeowners insurance? Do you need any form of moving services? Do you need some furnishings and decorating services? How about your other financial needs? Can we help you there? These are all sources of reoccurring income. They don't involve subcontractors. They don't involve plumbers and roofers and issues of that kind. They can't be digitalized. So get out of it. Go do what you do well. Keep selling listing agents leads. Now learn how to sell selling agents. Do what Open Door used to do before they got into the flipping business. They used artificial intelligence to determine when Carrie and Nita were going to be in the market of selling their house. And they would have contacted us and said, based on the data that we own, because they own all the data on real estate, Carrie and Nita, this is what you can get for your house. Let us send an agent to your home and sign you up. That's what Zillow owns, is data. That's what Amazon wants from them. Amazon had made an inroad through Realology to get into the real estate business. Why does Amazon want to get into the real estate business? To turn my house into a smart home. They've already turned my car into a smart home. They've already turned my computer into a source of data. Now they need to bring 5G into my house and turn my house into a smart home. That's why in, what was it, February 26, 2019, I did the video, Will Amazon buy Zillow? Yeah, eventually they will, but they don't want to be in the home flipping business. They're too smart for that. Okay? Don't buy Zillow now. It's whatever it's at, it's probably going to go down another 20%. But then, if they wise up, if you hear that Zillow's getting out of Zillow Offers, buy them. Okay? Don't mess around with Open Door. They're getting into a business they don't know anything about, and they can't control. Even if they know everything about it, they can't control it. So that's my take on Zillow. That'll be my 29th video. I think Spencer and Rich, Spencer's off doing something else. He's working in California on some charity. And Spencer, you and I need to talk about the charity business. I did a video yesterday on that, and there's the real opportunity for disruption. Okay, I'm Cathie Grinkmeyer again. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors. We're a group of people who share our knowledge, like I just did, and our insight into industries so that we can make better business and investment decisions. We try to learn the tax code so that we can keep more of what we make. And then we try to, in addition, build some family wealth. Hell, the government will allow you to pass $24 million, you and your wife, onto your heirs, so why not do it? Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow about another stock that I'm really high on. Not so high on Zillow.